Well, Dave, a big test, but also a chance to make a statement this weekend at a Northampton side in the promotion places. How have preparations gone for this week?
Yeah, listen, a big test. We go there knowing what we're going to have to sort of come up against, if you like. But like I say, with every game you play, in my opinion, is an opportunity. Too many times this season we've not taken those opportunities, but Saturday's a new day for us, if you like. And we go up against one of the teams that was all but promoted last year, if you like, and have started this season, as you probably would have expected, in a positive manner. From our side of things, as sometimes is the case when things maybe aren't going as well as you'd like, that little things crop up and things tend to not go in your favour. But we can't use any of that as an excuse. It's like I say, it's an opportunity for us. We're going away from home. We'll go and try and win the game and set up to do that as best as possible and build on the positives that we had from last weekend.
We'll reach the 10-game mark this weekend, and you've always said that this would be a process. And are you seeing signs that things are starting to head in the right direction? And have you identified certain partnerships that you do expect to flourish soon?
Yeah, I think we've been a little bit more settled in terms of team selection. It's not been easy by any stretch, through things that are of our own doing in terms of suspension, injuries, which again doesn't make it easy to deal with it. You'd love to have real continuity in terms of team selection, but I envisage that would be the case certainly through the first month, 6 weeks of the season, which has been. But what we do need to do is learn from things. So that's probably the biggest maybe criticism and maybe disappointment. We can look at things and think we've been unlucky in certain scenarios, certain situations, but in lots of cases we've been victims of our own doing, if you like. We've made mistakes. We've been punished for them mistakes, which can happen, and it's easy to look at that and say some things you'll get away with. It seems to be the case that we're not getting away with an awful lot. But again, you can't change that. You have to learn from it really quickly, and make sure it doesn't happen again. Like I say, if there's a criticism too often, those things have happened, and certainly with the concession of goals, they've been, as is the case a lot of the time, individual mistakes. We have to cut those individual mistakes out because they can be damaging for the whole team.
Well, the games we are losing, like I say, have just been by the one goal. The margins are so fine, but it does show that we're not a million miles off where we need to be, are we?
No, absolutely not. These are, and you can look and overlook at statistics and all those things which say we should be a lot better than where we are currently, but that means nothing. Ultimately, you're judged on the wins you have, the points you have on the board, the goals you've scored, the goals you've conceded. And unfortunately, from our side of things, we've not had enough wins. We've conceded too many goals and poor goals. Goal scoring wise, we've scored in all but one game, which again is a positive, but we've got to get back to the point where one goal can win us a game, and two goals at worst can win us a game. And if we do that, like I say, we'll be fine. We are close, the margins are really fine, but the last step is a big step in terms of turning disappointing results into 3 points, and that's what matters.
Paddy mentioned recently that he believes a run like this will make the lads tougher in the long run. With his experience, is this something that you agree with?
It has to, because you're going to go through parts of your career, be it as for some of them as players, maybe in the first time, but I wouldn't imagine so. And from our side of things as a management, you're going to go through times of adversity. That's when, and I've said it previously, that's when you really see the true characters of people in terms of it's easy to be confident and be noisy and resilient and brave and all them things when things are going well. You really find out about people when things have, maybe there are some signs of or bits of adversity you have to go and deal with. Now you deal with them game to game and minute to minute throughout games, whether it be individual, whether it be collective. And like I say, it has to make people stronger. The experiences you have, be them good or be them bad, you have to, like I say, you have to learn from them. But ultimately, they have to make you a better person, a better individual as things move forward.
Just on the injury front, we saw Joe Lewis and Callum Campsey limp off in the last two games, and what's the latest there?
Campsey, I suppose, good news in terms of how it turns out. So weekend maybe comes too soon for him, but we're hopefully not too long with him. We'd hope to have him back on the grass next week. Joe's had a scan, and again, if there can be good news, it's better news than what we'd hoped and what we'd maybe expected. So again, without being over-committal on a time frame, you'd suggest maybe a couple of weeks, which is probably something that could have been more serious. Ryan Rydell similarly has come back from an injury, and he's, listen, you can tell by Ryan, in terms of his physicality and how he gets through games and the output he produces, we felt he wasn't right. And listen, he's probably kept that to himself a little bit and not been totally honest and totally 100% fit. So we've made the decision that we'll pull him out for a short period just to make sure he's properly back to his best and back to full speed, rather than just being on the brink of full fitness.
You take on a Northampton side who, as you say, were all but up last year, and you know they have bounced back well. What sort of game are you expecting going into this one?
A tough game against a team that will be, like I say, full of confidence. I think they're the top scorers in the league, or certainly up there with the goals they've scored. Real threat from set pieces as they were last year, but an organised team that is continuity-wise, apart from a couple of changes, are not too dissimilar than where they were last season. So they understand their, I suppose, philosophy, their style, organisation, what they're doing. So we know it'll be a tough game, but like I say, from our side of things, we see it as an opportunity. We really got to focus on us, and if we produce the best version of us, and it's not good enough, then fine, it's not good enough. But I truly believe that if we can see the best version of us, then it's more than good enough to win games at this level. We haven't quite got there yet, but Saturday provides an opportunity for us to do that.
Perfect, Dave. Thanks for your time and all the best.
Cheers, thank you.